both the NTA road, the Obogoro Mokwachi road, the internal roads within Akpo. No roads, no road. That is what we are asking. Is it too much for the people to ask? We are paying our tax. So that is what we are asking. As for the environmental area in Akpo Kingdom, very soon we are going to come up with our own decisions in line with government regulation to see how we can maintain, since government is no longer coming to clean our environment.
They're not proactive at all.
We cannot die with sickness and diseases. So very soon we'll still come up to this air and tell the world that Akpo environmental sanitation is going to take off with massive force to ensure that our environments are clean.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ambassador John Amadi. Thank you for coming to the studio. I hope that as soon as possible the road is fixed and people have their lives back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen. There's an impression I ordinarily want to imprint in the minds of our listeners.
30 seconds.
Yes, the people, they didn't block that road because they feel like blocking the gully. Yeah. That's how you push the people over time. They will react just like an elastic. When you stretch it, it will come back. So the people are looking onto the government to carry out their duty as a government, and we, as the people, who as well aid the government in carrying out their duty. So it is a clarion call. It's a clarion call for those living within the Akpo Kingdom to lend their voice to our voices and beckon on the government to please do the needful. We know that they are listening, they are hearing us.
Right.
The House of Assembly members, the Senate, the Senator, as the caller just said, the FCT minister, they are people from this our own locale. They to see how they can as well come to our aid and give us support. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Azubiki Wali.
Thank you very much, Queen.
A great evening.
Well, my summary is that we are not witch hunting anybody. We're just telling the government to come. Please, the governor, I know you are hearing us. Please come to our aid and fix our road.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Eyewitness reports, 8 o'clock. I'm Queen Chima. Good evening.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. 95.1 FM.
All right, you're still tuned in to Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. It's 5 minutes past 8, June 8, 2026. Of course, you're still tuned in to Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. I'm Queen Chima. It's eyewitness reports on this dial. So let's get to find out what's happening around you. Something that you have seen. 9510 951 9510 951 951. Welcome. Good evening. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello, Queen.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you. This is Chief Solomon calling from Obogoro community.
Good evening, Chief Solomon.
Thank you. You see, this road, this Obogoro road, I can send you the video of the flood. You see, so this road, the people doing this road, they did not plan it well. They would have started from the gutter, that big gutter. So that gutter now should be entered into the ring road agreement. That's the only solution of this flood. You see, so the flood is too much. It can even carry a canoe. You see, so the flood is so much. I don't know. Since there is no government personnel that have come to witness this road, this ring road, this flood, and the rainy season is just starting. You see, so they should come and do something on this road, though, because if more than this, people's house can be collapsing. You see, so the ring road is too bad. Wherever everything,
Right.
most of even the health center I was talking of, nobody that has come to check. You see, so, and I'm sure that by October now this road will be used for campaign. Without keeping this road available for campaign, I don't think they can be able to use it for campaigning, because it must be done before campaign. So they should come and do this Ozoba Rumokwachi road.
All right.
The major thing is gutter. They should create that big.
All right. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report? Yeah, good evening. Can you kindly speak up, please?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, my eyewitness report is my 3 road. That road is something else. And my 3, as we know, is the part of Port Harcourt. But the road now is, you go to that, building material area, they call it goat. When I go to the last zone, there's nothing to write home about. But it's unfortunate because the truth of the matter is that we cannot expect anything better than this, because, like as people are talking of, like the previous road people were talking of, what is holding all this road is finance. And don't forget, they have not approved the budget, so they just want to leave it like that till this tenor.
Yeah.
So anything we ask for, we should know that it's money, and money cannot come without the budget. So that is why things are going this way. So we just have to wait. There's nothing we can do.
All right.
Unfortunately, we fight that we cannot fight, and at the end, we are the ones suffering now. So that's my eyewitness report.
All right. Thank you. Good evening. What's your eyewitness report?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Siva.
Yeah, can you kindly speak up, please?
Okay, I can hear you. I say my name is Siva.
All right. Go on, please.
Can you see what people are lamenting? I can remember the last election when the whole of Akpo, the National Cry, and everybody should vote APC. Now they are lamenting on their road now. Can you imagine what, even in the city, they are lamenting? What of the rural area?
Are you there? Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello, Lady Queen. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, Reginald, I talk from Chebochi.
Welcome, Reginald.
Yeah, Lady Queen. I am talking in respect of my Chokocho Imechen Pipeline Road. You know, I've been calling on that road since. And nothing seems to be forming, both from the River State government and from the NDDC angle. I know that the NDDC is supposed to intervene in that road if River State government there. Not only talking about the roads, the entire Chokocho, our internal roads, Lady Queen, is in a sorry state. Be it the Omebre, one of our villages we call Omebre community. Be it the New Heaven Estate and all the roads within Maimachoko area. These roads are in deplorable condition.
Yeah.
That people are suffering as a result of lack of drainage that we should have connected the major road down to the river. But unfortunately, that drainage is not there. And the communities are the ones suffering this suffering as a result of lack of that drainage. So I am also appealing to the local government chairman, because I know that internal roads within the local government falls within the duty of the local government. So he can also intervene now, since we are receiving over 1.6 billion naira every month, Lady Queen.
Yeah.
From the National Bureau of Statistics that Lady Dawn was reading out today, to assume that the local government should be making over 6 billion in every year on a capital project when it comes to capital expenditure. I'm not talking about internally generated revenue. I'm not talking about security votes. I'm not talking about any other expenses of the local government. But when you say a project, you have capital thing. So 614 billion naira a year, should be able to give you some roads, should be able to give you schools, should be able to give you health centers, markets, and electricity. These things fall within the local government administration.
All right then.
So why are we only celebrating the chairman that is doing electrification, is giving people transformer, connecting light to this thing? Is it only the duty of the local government? People should be able to hold the local government administration accountable, because we have huge sums of money coming to the local government. Thank you.
All right. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. This is the voice of Comedian from Malaysia.
Yeah, can you kindly speak up, please?
Yes, this is the voice of Comedian from Malaysia.
All right, go on.
Yes. This today that is here in River should seem applicable to my home. But one thing that we need to know is that local government.
Can you speak directly to your mouthpiece, please?
Yes, I can. I'm speaking directly to my mouth. Can you hear me now?
It's better. Speak loudly, please.
House of Rep member. Now, if you can look at critically, House of Rep member and senators, I think they're not.
All right then. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Good evening, Obina, sir.
All right, Obina.
About these people wearing black and white, and today I have to confront them after Urumokolo police station, this VIO. These boys and the one lady there, they are rivers indigenous. But courts have given order VIO should not be on the road. I don't know what they are doing after Urumokolo police station, and police is backing them. It's causing unnecessary hold up. I've been complaining about these boys them. And the next thing, they drive you inside the local government. And the rivers indigenous here. Why are they not obeying the law? Are they above the law? I don't know who is controlling them. They should do the needful and get away from the road.
All right. Thank you. What's your eyewitness report? Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome.
My area is somewhat flooded. And we'll be making arrangements to empty the gutter so that the water will flow. But it seems that the water is even bouncing back, covering everywhere. Our transformer was bad. We contributed money and we fixed the... Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on, please.
Yeah, our transformer was bad. We contributed money running into millions.
Okay.
We fix our transformer. In our area here, we have a local security that we pay, that takes care. Then I start asking, everybody's talking state government. Where is the local government? Where is the councillor representing? Somebody calls from Rumokuta, says the councillor represents this area. He has not visited this area one day. We don't know him. But he always calls on radio to blast the governor. Governor is this, governor is that. We don't know him. And he is the councillor representing this area. My brother, where is the local government? The money they shared as at March, we learned that it's about, Ubiapo got 1.1 billion, 180 million. That is what the local government got in a month. What are they doing with the money? Everybody will be calling the state government has not done this. Where is the local government closer to the people? What are they doing with our money? Because it's our money. We should be calling them to account of our money. But everybody is looking at the state government. Ubugoro is bad, is the state governor. This is bad, is the state government. Where is the local government? Government closer to the people. Quite unfortunate, honestly.
All right. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello, sorry, my airtime was exhausted.
All right.
Okay. So I'm still talking about my community, Rumodo. I don't know. I don't know. Can imagine you don't have everything, in fact, everything in the community. I don't know what is saying about my community. The government, local government should remember my community by giving us air center. Hello.
We can hear you. Go on, please.
So I don't know what Chidilo is doing. Chidilo should remember people in the MOA. I don't know. All the blame now are turning on the federal government and the state government. Instead of them to be working as a government, they just abandon communities in the MOA local government. Nothing like government facilities in the MOA local government. And they should help us. I beg, Chidilo, I'm begging you. And anybody, all the old places in MOA, they should remember MOA.
All right. Thank you. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello, good evening, my sister.
Good evening.
Yeah. From my brother, I want to be anonymous now.
All right. Go on, please.
Okay. I complained about NLNG last time. They are our host community, yeah? Host community to them. And other cluster areas. Right of way where they lay their pipes and all these things. I don't know. They were, hello?
I can hear you. Go on, please.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go on, please.
Okay, we are enrolled, our students were enrolled into their scholarship. All this time, we have not heard from them.
What student? Students where?
Students of secondary schools, schools, primary schools, and tertiary.
Okay.
Yes. And they do this aptitude test, all these interviews and all those things. And up to now, not responded. It's over 3 months. Close to 3 months, I read it to get to you. We've not heard from them. I don't know where the problem is. Either from the CDC, or it's from the company, or the right of way manager, or the CLO, so-called community relation manager, and all these persons, all these personnel. Yes. And up to now, the parents have been hanged somewhere, and nobody's talking. Up to now, everywhere is just dormant, deaf, mute, nothing, nobody's talking. Secondly, so whether if somebody have vocation, you pay to NEPA in Nemo before you get light. Yes. There's going to be a recording decimal. If you have money too much, you can go and pay paper for it to do your question before they will give you light. You understand?
Yeah.
So I don't get it at all. And the one that worries me most is no health center, etc. No primary school is not functional. The whole primary school, the LDC, everything has been dilapidated. In short, there is nothing to write home about those things now. So now I don't know the government we are running, that's it. That healthcare, education, you understand, and human capital development is not working out.
Yeah.
I can hear some people talking about Manjok, Boniface, that, and I don't know what is happening in other local government areas.
Right.
I never heard about any local government, just always Manjok, Boniface in Joko. Every time. What is happening to other local government areas? I don't really see what Boniface is receiving.
All right then. All right. What's your eyewitness report? Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Queen.
Yes, good evening. I can hear you. Good evening.
Yes, my name is Engineer Endurance Eloba, popularly known as Sante Monkilema.
Okay.
Yes, Queen, my own is that I'm calling from a labor and Nemo local government. Me, my life is say I need a like day anonymous when they call radio station. Anything will go make me the anonymous, I better not talk that thing. You hear me?
Okay.
So what thing I tell you, my dear sister, is the last time when I talk to you, if I say this our leaders, the English way they speak, they need to hear them. So they use broken, they talk to them whether they're going to hear small. And when we speak for broken, they know here, the best thing to use, now make any person where they call, make them use their dialect. So that these our leaders, then they hear us, they do what they talk. So for now, me, I don't even know how to speak English, talk less of anyone. The little broken word they speak, that they call on the leader. Just like the person will call us. LNG say, make our children come write aptitude test for school. If you pass, they go give you scholarship. My son was among those who passed the exam. The only thing they could do is to pay 50,000 naira when they send a scholarship. Since last year, up to now, we're waiting for LNG. When they say after 1 week, 2 months to 3 months, they say they go write exam.
Yeah.
From 1 exam to 2 exams, 2 exams to 3 exams, then they deceive themselves. LNG said then they deceive us, but they don't say that they deceive themselves. Now that one, another one. That of the leper light where somebody they talk when saying one day anonymous. Me, I don't want day anonymous. Now it don't become a something where they happen for MO or local government. If you do occasion where you get money, you go pay them. Even if they are 1 week, they go give you like back to back. Now what did they happen? I don't complain to you last time. Say, help me tell NEPA. My water don't finish yesterday. Make them on, even if it's 30 minutes. I don't get money to buy fuel. Make a drive pump water. If my tank full, make them take back their life. Another one, my eyewitness report.
All right. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
My sister, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Oti Wabeze, Ovogoma. every time I said I will not stop to talk, to remind the local government chairman, T.D. Lloyd, he should not forget. I don't know what he's doing with the money, the allocation that come to him. In Obogo, I said it. Since 13 years now, no life, we have not seen life. The health center, granted, I said it. The staff of health center have taken a room in a state school that they went to operate from. Road, I said it one time that my sister fell on the road that Amity did not complete and broke her leg. Up to now, she's still suffering in the house. I don't know what we have, Obogo people have committed to the state government or local government. They should remember that one day they will get out of that office. They should use the money now judiciously. I don't know. My sister, I grow annoyed anytime I remember the way River State are doing something. Look at this Obogo apart. Still, as he is remembering civil staff, he should remember local government pensioners.
All right.
Would they die? All of them die before they pay their money, their gratuity or pension area. I don't know what is wrong with these politicians. They are devil to their fellow human beings. I don't know. They should remember us. Obogo, they should remember. These pensioners, they should remember them. Thank you very much.
All right.
Obogo man.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Obogo man. I keep the eyewitness reports coming. 0810-9510-951. Know you that you can also send a text or WhatsApp message. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my sister. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm Timmy and I'm calling from Delhi.
Welcome.
Yeah. I hope we are on the area talk.
Eyewitness report on Today FM.
Eyewitness report, okay.
Yes.
The one I have just witnessed, which I am just witnessing now,
okay,
is that in my community, we are in total darkness.
What community is that?
Total darkness. We don't know what we do never.
What community is that?
Now, it's okay. The entire Emoa.
Okay, Emoa.
Total darkness. Oh, it is going to 2 weeks now.
Okay.
Total darkness. We don't know, and the heat in the night. Nobody is able to sleep standing. Let them help us now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. What's your eyewitness report? Good evening.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Queen.
Good evening.
My beloved sister.
My brother.
I'm from Andoni, local government.
Okay.
See, my local government chairmen are all embezzling our money. Can you believe that in the entire Andoni local government, there is no bank? If not for POS, how do our people survive? Electricity, we don't even talk about that one. Since the creation of this earth, we don't have. But as far back 1964, oil exploration has been going on. Is it that Andoni people are not part of rivers? Now, when we talk about governance, government, if not for sin, my dear, the road says for me even be. And now they want to take the governor away from that district. The remaining part will be there.
Yeah.
If you know the way we suffer as if we are not part of Nigeria, and we are here in River State, and somebody is telling me that the environment does not have capacity. Listen, let me advise. I need to advise. See, it's our time we use our own hand as indigenous of Nigeria to do our own population census. Because if we have an accurate census that gives us an accurate PVC, my dear, they cannot rig election. Because that is where they rig themselves into power. And somebody will tell you that he's in charge of what? Are we supposed to be begging them? I want to use this time to tell the EFCC. If EFCC will not come into Adoni local government to investigate the funds of our people, see, listen, I repeat, if EFCC will not come and verify in Adoni local government what our monies are being used for, where there are no roads, our school are dilapidated, there is no agricultural facility. We're basically fishermen. Where are the fishing trawlers? Nothing. The Ngolo and all these things are already going into extinction. What are our people going to live on? Absolutely nothing. All the oil companies have their headquarters in Lagos, in Port Harcourt. Where they do their employment, absolutely nothing.
All right.
So what is in this world we're enjoying? If EFCC will not come and investigate those local government payments for us, let me tell you, jungle justice will take its course. That is just the truth of the matter.
Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Good evening, Queen.
Good evening.
My name is Honorable Gladwest. I'm calling from Asai Toro.
Welcome.
Very quickly, let's go to our local government. We are the Julius Berger that are putting our road. I told you that they just fix a new slab. A new slab on top of the old one. Just remove the old one, only slab. They coated the road. I was wondering that why they did not touch the drain, the gutter.
Yeah.
Now look at the rain today. You can see how my place was flooded. See how the street flooded.
You mean the gutters are not tarred?
Yes, they did not. The old gutter, and now what they did, the old gutter, instead of them to touch gutter, they are doing a new road. They are leaving gutter to be like that. Is it not they are doing to dig the old to dig a new drain?
Who is inspecting? Who's inspecting the project?
That is not just like that. It is themselves now, the state government. It is their duty to dig a new one. We are even happy that instead of them to coat the road, it is better they dig the gutter for us than leave the road for us. Because the road is okay. Now the gutter, they just put ordinary slap on it. Look at the rain. I see every place was being flooded. And yet they are still doing short thing. Is it not better they dig the gutter for us? Let it be dig, at least more deep, so that this thing will come. That is our major problem.
So, and they have completed. Have they completed everything? Have they left this?
No, they've completed the place. They've completed the.
And they're not.
They've completed some parts, just ordinarily. Nothing. They did not touch the gutter. Not to fix ordinary slab.
I mean, do you still have some of their contractors there on site?
They're on the side. They're on site now. We asked them. They said they did not come here to touch the gutter. That is their problem. They did not come to touch gutter. They just fix only just the road. The old slab. Just put new slab. That is the kind of work we need. It's bad, and this time is even worse than the first time. Now, this time is worse than the first time, which means we are going to suffer. Our people will suffer most. It's heavy rain now. I'm not happy with them. God bless you. I'm Honorable Gladwest. Thank you.
God bless you. Well, what's your eyewitness report? Welcome. Are you there? Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
This is General.
All right. Welcome.
Like one of the brothers talk, who talk English.
Sorry?
I feel like one of the people talk, who stop talking. English.
It's difficult getting your thoughts. I think that the network on your end is bad. It's better. Go on, please.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, go on, please.
Okay. Today, I have come again about my community. My community is Minama community.
Where?
Minama.
Minama, Asaritor. Okay.
Yeah, local government.
Okay.
The last caller knows my community. And I want to pass this message to him. It's like he's closer to the government of Asaritor. Good evening. Please help me tell on the Geokodi Church to fix my life. It should fix the light of Minama. Minama has been into darkness for years now. Minama, Angolama, Omekwama, Omekwetarama, we are into total darkness. Like, past 9 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Please, it's like
You are closer to Onigio John, the executive chairman of Federal. Please, chairman for. Please, failing to fix the line. We need this light before December. You should please do it for us. We have tried now. We are concerned that these four communities also made up as Africa. Please, and I also want to call on the honorable leader. You should please put us together with the chairman.
All right.
Let them give our life for us.
All right then.
I made it around.
All right. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Yes. Chima, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Chigozi from Utohobake Clan.
Chigozi, it's good to have you call. Welcome.
Yes, my eyewitness is this. If you come to Emoha local government at large, my sister, believe me, I'm not castigating anybody. I'm not a member of PDP or APC. I'm only saying nothing but the truth. Anybody can hear me and can testify or can believe what I'm saying is true or lie. In Emoha local government, there's a man. His name is Chief Barrister Franklin Nachimon. When he was a sole administrator in Emoha local government, that time when our governor was in suspension. We do have light in Emoha local government, but as believe me now, as I'm talking to you now, Emoha local government is totally darkness. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. No project. Nothing. I wonder why we are suffering in Emoha local government when we have a natural abundance of resources in Emoha local government. So I use this medium to beg our honorable chairman, led by Dr. Chidiloy, to do the needful for people of Emoha local government. We are suffering. Please give us light so that our children can fetch water, go to school. I remain Chigozi from Otohobake Clan. Thank you, my sister.
All right. Thank you. My name is, this is a text message. My name is Mr. Bright from Rumekiri. My eyewitness remain the same. The primary school that was built by amiable Governor Meiji that he did not roof or even complete it is opposite Arden Filling Station if you're going through Rumosi to Rumekini. If you stand inside the Arden Filling trying to see the primary school inside the bush, you can't even see because all the land owned by the school are all sold. One is occupied by a gas station painted blue color. Others built shops to cover the entrance of the school premises. Governor Fubara should intervene immediately so our children can have where to attend school. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Hello, good evening, Queen.
Yes, good evening.
My name is Chinet.
Welcome.
I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, welcome.
My eyewitness is what I saw today at my trade park.
Okay.
That bus stop there, my sister. We are talking about bad boys. But you see that bus stop there, which is there, what they are selling there is drugs. They are even smoking it outside there. People, bus stop people, drivers, everybody, they feed them. Police, they feed them. They are all there. If you see how they dress, you will know actually that this is the people that is spoiling River State. My eyewitness, the thing, I was told out. They are using drugs like say they are selling pure water in River State. That's my eyewitness. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving this. Thank you. Quite appreciate it. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report? Can you hear me? I can hear you. Kindly speak up, please.
Yeah, can you hear me clearer now?
Yes. Can you speak up? It's the volume. Your voice is really low. Can you speak to your mouthpiece? I can hear you, but your voice is too low. Welcome. So try calling again, right? Dial again. Welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me now?
I can actually hear you, but I wish you could be louder.
Okay, let me be loud enough now. My eyewitness report is at LMA Junction. Now, that LMA Junction is a heap of bricks. If you're going towards West Bank, if you want to cross communication, West Bank, there's a refugee at the double state half of the road. I don't know why they are not parking there. That place is so dead. And secondly, are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
Okay, secondly, if you're trying to assess that element junction to do, just count like
You know, I don't know why your voice is faint. Can you talk directly to your mouthpiece?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oga, why were you stressing us since like this now? Very clear.
Okay. If you're coming from element junction, which here, count like 15 electric pole. There's a particular place that is bad. Back of the road that leads to back of it, that road is too bad. I don't know why the government is not there to see what they can do there. The place is not if you want to access the leg.
Is it your phone or what? Why do you keep moving your mouth away from your mouthpiece?
Are you hearing me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you put your mouth to your mouthpiece and speak, please? Welcome. What's your eyewitness report? Welcome. What's your eyewitness report? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
This F-man from Woji.
Welcome, F-man.
My eyewitness is my brother. My brother was stabbed.
Stabbed?
In Eleme Junction today, just this evening. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness.
Hoodlums stabbed him.
How is he?
It was terrible.
How is he?
Although he's taking his medication now. He's taking treatment.
So he's been rushed to the hospital?
Yes.
Where exactly at Eleme Junction, and what were they trying to do with him? Were they trying to take something from him?
Yes, they stole from him. They stole his phone, stole his other belonging that he was going home with.
Okay. Was he trying to resist them?
I think yes, it seems so, because he said the first person came, so it was trying to resist that person.
Yeah.
And others came from nowhere, and according to him, they are up to 10 boys.
Oh my goodness.
Terrible. Government needs to do something about it.
About Eleme Junction, actually.
Exactly.
Something needs to be done about that area. But he's
becoming a death trap.
Yeah. Actually. So, but he's recuperating, right? He's getting better?
Yes, I think he's taking his. They are treating him now.
Where was he stabbed? Where?
On his head, the other part of his body.
Oh my goodness!
They asked him on his head.
Oh my goodness! Thank God for his life, right? Thank God. Thank God. But really, there has to be. I don't know what this. I don't know what. I mean, I don't have to know. The government has to know. The Commissioner of Police. And what kind of security situation should be done about Eleme Junction, actually.
From that place, almost on daily basis.
Yeah.
It's out of hand.
All right, thank you so much, and I wish your brother a quick recovery.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, yeah. All right, can we further more calls? We just have. Okay, let's wrap up with this one. Right, welcome. What's your eyewitness report?
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
My name is Alan.
Welcome.
Well, no eyewitness, but I'm listening. But my heart goes out to this last caller of the brother that was stabbed on the chest.
Yeah.
And that Eleme Junction, I don't know. Every day there are cases of one chance, robbery, just name it, and yet the authorities, what are they doing on that place? It's a flashpoint, those flashpoint in Port Harcourt. What are they doing? My heart bleeds. Last week there was a lady that was almost stripped naked, beaten. Different cases back. Oh my God, it's very terrible. Yeah, good night.
Yeah, good night. I saw videos of this Rumokwachi Obogoro Road. It's if you see water, it's so good. Is it even good? Why am I saying it's so good? Let's wrap up with this. Do we have time to do this? Let's see.
Good evening, my sister. This is Mr. UC. Please, I want to use this million to beg our state governor. They can do something with this remaining 1 year. Road, please, sir. If you're passing this year budget, please help us. Put this road on your budget. Road. Sir, we have suffered a lot. Please help us. This road has been bad for more than 28 or 32 years now. Please help us, sir. God will bless you, sir, as you do so. I remember Mr. UC of PH.
All right, that's where we call it a wrap. Thank you so much for calling and giving your eyewitness report. Tomorrow we'll do this again, right? If you could not call or I couldn't take your calls, you can do the report tomorrow, same time. I'm Queen Chima. Good evening.
Everyone is talking football. Everyone is talking about the World Cup that is upon us. Nigeria is not going to the World Cup, so let's talk about other things. Don't worry, we'll go next time. The World Cup is not our birthright. It is not given to anyone. You have to earn that right to be there. On this edition of Global Sports Update with yours truly, Godwin Enoch, and I'll be talking about a peculiar sport. Yeah, bow and arrow. Is that what it is? No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But I've got someone right here who is passionate about this sport. It's been here before, like the Rastafarians will say, when music is sweet, what do? You play it twice. Yes, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Godwin Enakna is my name. I've got someone. Yeah, it's a masquerade. I will unveil him when we come back from this break. Many thanks for staying with us. And Global Sports Update, I have the privilege of having Emmanuel Oyeleke back in the studio. What does it do? It does archery. I don't know. That's my best way of describing it. Emmanuel, it's a privilege to have you back in the studio.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a privilege to be here again.
You like football?
I love football, but unfortunately, I can't play football to save my life.
Wow.
I accepted my fate a long time ago.
Not everyone plays professionally.
No.
So you decided to take the bow and arrow?
Absolutely. And it's such an interesting journey so far. The first funny thing about it is I wasn't always an archer. Sport has been a very integral part of my life. While I was in the university, I was on scholarship, playing sports. I was 3 years in private school. I wasn't paying school fees, and it was all because of sports. And what sports was this? It was Scrabble. Do you know that Nigeria is the #1 Scrabble playing nation in the world?
I am aware.
Yes. So Scrabble was a very big part of my life. It took me outside Nigeria, World Youth Championship, African Championships, several different places. And fast forward to 2012, when I started my career as a photographer, as a professional photographer. I couldn't dedicate as much time to Scrabble as I used to, because back in the days, we used to play Scrabble for 72 hours non-stop.
Wow.
Yes, no sleeping, just plates piling up, and then just Scrabble games going on. So I couldn't do that anymore when I started life as a professional photographer. So I was looking for something else I could do to fill my time, because I was still very passionate about sports.
Wow.
And that was when I found archery. I found archery because archery was a sport that you can do by yourself. You know
what we're going to get that. When you walked into the studio,
yes,
someone said, "Is that celebrity photographer?" I didn't know about that.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
That's a very good part of my life, also a very big part. For the past 15 years, I've been a photographer. I've done so many interesting things. I'm also a Canon ambassador, a global ambassador, representing the Canon photography.
Have you shot the president of Nigeria?
I've shot.
No, not be shoot to.
No.
I mean, have you taken a photograph? Okay.
Yes, I have taken the president of Nigeria. I took the official photograph of Buhari when
Wow.
Buhari was in office. So all the pictures you've seen around using as the official photograph, I took.
You shot them?
I took that.
Wow.
So it's taking me places. It's giving me so much opportunities, and I'm grateful for that.
Tell us, photography and archery. If they ask you to drop one, which would you?
I probably won't drop any.
You want to keep on?
I might step down, because funny enough, if you look at it, you can draw parallels between both. When you say
drop one.
No, I'm just saying you can draw parallels between both.
Yeah.
When you say you're shooting archery, you're shooting pictures.
Yeah.
So when you want to focus, you focus, and then when you want to shoot, also you have to focus. So you can see that like there's so many similarities between photography and archery, and I think that's one of the reasons why so many photographers are also archers at the moment. Now I can count about 10-20 photographers in Lagos that have also taken up the sports of archery.
Well, if you are listening to us, I have the privilege of having I call him celebrity. No, that's not what I call him. That's what they call him. He is actually a celebrity photographer who is also shooting a bow and arrow. I'm putting it that way because this archery and what have you. At what point did it occur to you that you can do this professionally? I'm talking about shooting the bow and arrow.
Yes, I started archery back in 2018. And there is a man I call my coach, is Ladi Alapmini. Ladi Alakwe resides in the UK, but he came back to Nigeria in 2018 and said, "Oh, you know what? I want to train archers in Nigeria." And I was opportune to be one of the first archers he trained when he got back to Nigeria in 2018. And since then, I think 2020, I attended my first national championships. And since 2020 to 2026, I've been in my own category, I've been the national champion. The only championship that I didn't win in my category has been the 2026 championship, which one of my club members beat me in Abuja.
Were you busy shooting photography?
Well, you know, when you get into management and developing people, sometimes you tend to like take a backseat.
Some distraction.
Exactly. But that notwithstanding, you can't take away the efforts of these other guys that are coming up strongly, and they're passionate about the sports also.
You're sounding like you are retiring or you are retired.
Well, you never say never. Archery is a sport that you can do into your old age. We even have the veteran categories, 50+ categories. So I can't retire myself so soon. Nobody can retire me yet. Yeah, so I'm coming back stronger.
Okay, let's go back to what does it take for you to be an archer? Yeah.
It doesn't take too much. I think it just takes your passion and a commitment to learn archery. And once you decide that you want to learn, you find a club or an archery establishment that can help you. There's so many archery establishments around Nigeria. There's some in Lagos. There's one in Lekki. There's one in Teslim Balogun Stadium, which is my own club, Zen Archery Club, which is obviously one of the biggest archery clubs in Africa, I would say in Africa, not just in Nigeria, because we've grown from a lowly club which started in 2023 to over 90 members.
Let me ask, in Delta State, where do you go to?
In Delta State, there's Delta State Archery Association. In Akwa Ibom, there's Akwa Ibom State Archery Association. In Edo State, there's Akoga Archery. There's so many.
In Calabar, in Cross River State?
In Cross River State, I am not really
not sure.
Yeah, but they're archery.
In Imo State?
Imo State, there's an archery establishment in Imo State. Yes, there's Imo State Archery Association also there. In Abuja, there's several clubs. In Ogun State, there's Emblik, there's Royal Archery. In Oyo State, there's Kingsburn Archery. In Ondo State, I know that there's an archery club, but I'm not sure of the name. In Plateau State, there's Rayfield Archery Jos. In Mina, Niger, there's archery club in.
So it means it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Kaduna, Kano, we have we have Arewa Nights in Kaduna. In Kano, we have another club in Kano. So we have archery clubs all over Nigeria.
Some people will not understand. We keep talking about archery. I use the word bow and arrow because that's the best. As you're listening to us now, we're not talking football. We're talking about the bow and arrow. How easy is it to access the facility for this?
So because there's so many clubs around now, we've made it easy, democratized it. You can just walk into a club and then you can try out.
You don't have to come with your equipment.
You don't have to buy your own equipment. The clubs already have the equipment. So you can have what you call archery tryouts, where you just go, an instructor will put you through on the basics. Safety is one of the most important things in archery. So they'll put you through the safety guidelines. And after the safety guidelines, they'll show you the skills from the hook to the raising of the bow, to the drawing of the bow, to the anchoring of your string hand, and then release and follow through. They'll show you all this within the next 45 minutes. You'll be shooting.
Is that quick?
Is that
quick?
Easy to learn? That quick.
Wow.
That quick. Yes.
Any danger when you want to pull it comes back at you?
Not necessarily.
Okay, it goes forward.
Yes, archery is one of the safest sports in the world. In the 3 years that we've been running the Zen Archery Club, there's never been an archery related injury.
No mishap at all.
Not one. But this is only because you practice it safely and you adhere to the sports guidelines and the safety rules. Because once you adhere to the safety rules, archery can be extremely safe. And that's one of the reasons why safety is one of the things the first things we teach when we're talking about archery. Is one of the first things we emphasize when we're talking about archery.
Is this sport, bow and arrow, archery as you call it,
yes,
is it gender friendly?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's an inclusive sport. My son is 5 years old. He shoots very comfortably. We have people that are 90. I can send you videos of 100-year-olds doing archery, men and women doing archery. There's mixed team. When you go to proper competitions, you have the singles, you have the team, you have the mixed teams.
Okay.
You have the female category, you have the male category. You even have the para category, which we refer to as the open category.
Oh.
Yes, people on wheelchair, even blind people shooting archery. Yes, I can tell you that. And we just returned from Sierra Leone where we actually got some coaching on how to involve people on wheelchairs, people that are blind. People that are blind, they use something they call guides. So you have almost like something like a stand, a tripod, where when they aim, their hand touches it. And through the help of sound devices also at the target, they can tell you if it's high, it gives an high pitch sound. If it's low, it gives a low pitch sound. And then so all those are archery is so inclusive. People that don't have limbs also shoot archery.
Wow.
And sometimes they're even better than people that have limbs. Is that crazy? We've seen those sort of situations. So it takes a lot of dedication. It teaches a lot of hard work. It teaches precision. It teaches focus. It teaches patience, because sometimes archery will test it.
Oh, wow. So tell me, as a human being, what is that thing? You just mentioned something. What does it give to you as a human being?
Oh, there's so many virtues. Virtues of understanding what the place of patience, understanding the place of adhering to the rules, hard work, and consistency. Because actually, it's a game of consistency. It's not as if what you're trying to aim is maybe the size of a tennis ball from 70 meters away. So imagine you're trying to shoot across a full-length football pitch, and then you are aiming at something that is like a size of an apple.
That's small.
Yes, very small. So imagine the kind of precision and dedication you have to have. So it teaches a lot of focus, consistency. It's not as if you eat it now and then you don't eat it again. Then you're not consistent.
You have to do it again and again and again.
The same thing. So the fact that in football, no two moves can be the same. In archery, what you're trying to do is to be doing the same thing over and over again. So it teaches you consistency, dedication, patience, focus, perseverance, hard work, and it rewards all this because as you learn, you grow and you get better.
The big question is, what is our ranking as a nation in archery?
In archery in Africa, in one of the categories, we're number one because the last African Championship, we won the gold medal. In Ivory Coast, and consistently we've been there. I was in Tunisia in 2023, and we obviously topped not topped, but we were on the medal table, on the podium when it comes to archery in Africa. So in Africa, when you look at it, we're between the first and fourth when it comes to the ranking in Africa.
Yes. And internationally, it's even Africa.
Yes.
And outside of Africa?
Yes, outside of Africa, we're still finding our footing. We're still very young as a federation. I think the federation is putting a lot of efforts into regularizing our standings, especially with the international community also and the world archery at large. We're trying as much as possible to engage more and go for more international tournaments so that we can even up our rankings when it comes to international tournaments. So I know that we will get there. We're hosting the Africa soon. It's a regional competition. That's the West and Central African Archery Championships. It's going to happen in Abuja in October. And I feel like that would attract a lot of international attention to Nigeria. But even closer than that is the Zen Archery Lagos International Open Tournament, which is happening this month, just a few days away. It's happening from the 18th to 21st of June. It's happening at Onikon Sports Arena. That's Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Onikon, Lagos, and it's attracted a lot of international participation. Also, we have about 5 countries. We have Ivory Coast, we have Guinea, we have Chad, we have Zimbabwe, we have quite a number of countries that are coming that send delegates also, and we have over 100 archers from across Nigeria.
This is Take One. Tomorrow we'll be back definitely talking about archery in our country. One edition definitely cannot be enough for this. Stay with us tomorrow. We'll be back. My name is Godwin A. Nagna. Let's keep cruising. God bless Nigeria.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Tune in for a journey beyond the ordinary.
Fasten your seatbelts.
We are not just a station, we are the station. Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Get ready to feel the rhythm, the groove, and the true vibes of Africa. This is not just music. This is high life. From the legends to the latest, we're bringing you the best of palm wine grooves, jazzy horns, and soul-stirring melodies.
Well, my name is Rona Hagbara. Yes, the 8th day in the month of June 2026, the 6th month of the year. And grateful for life, grateful for health. Yeah, I mean, of course, we experience one challenge or the other, but we, get out from it and, just forge ahead and get better. So, yeah, grateful for health as well, grateful for family, grateful for even the little things, that just makes us keep pushing. That's right. And in the midst of all of the things that we still see and experience and hear about, we still hope for the best. We still expect good things to happen. And in places where it seems like, well, nothing good has happened yet, we hope that something good comes and, makes us forget about all the bad days. That's right. Now, there's a news I saw a couple of hours ago and much earlier in the day. And it just made me think to myself that why do we do some of the things that we do? Why do Nigerians like to take advantage of situations too much? I don't know if it's a culture thing with us, but a lot of Nigerians, they like to abuse things. They like to take advantage of things a lot. Just something happening. You see someone trying to be unfortunate. Take advantage of that situation and try to use it to benefit themselves. Try to use it to feel good about themselves. Try to use it to please themselves, not minding how every other person feels, not minding how every other person relates to it, not minding the outcome or how it will turn out. And I say that to say this because of what I saw in the news about a woman, a married woman faked her kidnap. She faked her kidnap and requested for 50 million naira. And after investigations were done or carried out by the police, it was discovered that, first off, she wasn't kidnapped. Secondly, she was found in a hotel with her lover. Yeah. A married woman. Now, I'm not here to say what a woman should do or shouldn't do. My concern is we know that no one takes the case or the news of kidnapping lightly at all, especially now that we know how much fear, tension, anxiety that word brings to the ears of whoever hears it. So why take advantage of the situation right now just for your for I don't know if to your pleasure or for your gain or for I really don't know how to term it, what name or term to call it, but that is actually taking advantage of the situation, because you know that the moment we hear the word kidnap, everyone just believes it, because you can't even say, oh, maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's because you may be thinking, oh, it's not real, and it's actually true that the person has been kidnapped. We see a lot of posters and flyers where people post their loved ones who have been abducted or kidnapped, and they put it out there for well-meaning Nigerians and people who have to help. They put account numbers. Please, any amount you can send to the account so that we can secure the release of our loved one, our father, mother, brother, sister, whoever was kidnapped. And this is what the kidnappers are requesting for as ransom. And then someone decides to fake their kidnap in the midst of all this. How insensitive can you be? Are you trying to make light of the situation? People are actually in this mess. There are people who are actually in this situation. There are people who are actually going through it. There are people who this is actually their reality. And then you sit in your house, not even sit in your house. You are having an affair with a lover. You are a married woman, and you probably conspire with your lover and decide to say, let's act like they have kidnapped you, and call your family people and request for 50 million naira. How insensitive can you be? How much more, or how much would people go to take advantage of certain situations that should not be toyed with, that should not be taken as a joke? Because if we now start hearing cases of people faking their kidnaps, what about when it's a real one? The attention that the real one should get, it will no longer get it, because people will feel like, oh, it may just be that this person decided to fake her kidnap to get money from Nigerians and the family. What if it's not true? What if this person is just trying to extort money? What if this person is trying to get money from people and the person is not really in danger or harm's way? This is just a setup, you know. You are eroding the attention and intentionality and seriousness that should be given to real victims of kidnappers. Let's see what the news is about, right? And I want to know your thoughts about it. There's just a lot of things wrong with that. A lot of things wrong with it that I really need more. I really need more than just my thoughts on it. I really need more than just me talking about it, or I talking about it. I want to hear others contribute meaningfully to the matter. And that's a woman who staged her own kidnap. She was found in Delta State in a hotel with her lover. You're a married woman, and is it that you're looking for money from your family, and so that's the only thing that comes to your head, to get money? Knowing how sensitive it is for Nigerians this period, knowing how sensitive this time is for our nation, for our country, for families, for communities, for local governments, for people, for individuals, and you decide to use that as the only thing you can do. A married woman identified as Oluchi has been found in a hotel. And worse of, you were found in a hotel with your lover. So that's all that concerns you. That's all that matters to you. That's all that you care about. Oh my goodness. All right. She has been found in a hotel in Delta State after she faked her abduction and demanded 50 million naira from her family. Are you trying to downplay the gravity of what kidnapping actually does to victims, and how people run helter-skelter just to get money, to raise money for their loved ones who were kidnapped, for their release? There are things we should really not play with or joke with. There are things that you should not even go close to. Like, there's some things that, you want to play around, look for something else. You want to play around, get a toy. You just get something, because I really don't know if this person wasn't found, if the investigations were not done and, she was not discovered, the family would have been running helter-skelter. They would have been in panic, trying to raise 50 million naira to send for her release. So what would she have done with the money? Or she and her lover would have gotten the money and disappeared? Or she would have come back to show herself and say she has been released? And what will she do with the money, rather? Now, children of the woman, she even has children. Oh my God. It's really true that the heart of man, you can't know it. You really can't. Children of the woman, including her daughter in Canada, had pleaded with the public. So they even came publicly to beg Nigerians for money to release their mother. She had a daughter, or she has a daughter in Canada. They pleaded with the public to help them raise the money, even as the kidnappers reduced the ransom to 20 million naira. They had told the police that their mother was kidnapped. They had gone to the police station to make a statement that their mother has been kidnapped at Ikpoba Hill area of Ikpoba local government area of Edo State. But the police investigation led its crack team to Delta State, where the supposedly kidnapped woman was found with her lover in a hotel. So she left Edo State to Delta State to go be with her lover in a hotel, and then told her family that she has been kidnapped and they are requesting for 50 million naira. A source said the police traced the number of the man to a hotel in Ubiaroko, Delta State. So she probably called the family with the man's number, requesting for that amount of money. And the police had to they traced the number, and it got to a hotel in Ubiaroko in Delta State. They met the man and the kidnapped woman inside the hotel, doing whatever it is they went there to do, doing their business. They called the husband and he was happy. It was at that station that the police broke the news to him. They called the husband that they had found his wife, and happy. This man was happy that, oh, my wife has been found. Thank goodness, my wife is safe. Unknown to him that your wife was never kidnapped at any point. She is in the hotel with her lover. I wonder how he would react to that. So when they broke the news to the man, the wife begged the husband not to tell her children what actually transpired. What a shame. In an online video, her daughter Anita, who is based in Canada, said her mom's actions has shattered the family. She vowed that the family would allow the law take its course. According to her, my mom has been released. My mom is involved in this kidnapping case. I only did what I did to save my mom. The family is in shock. This is not right. This has shattered my family. My dad has some health issues. This is so unfortunate. What did I do wrong? My reputation has been ruined. Of course, if anything happens to any member of that family again or at any time, and she calls out to the public or she makes a poster or, begging the public for help, nobody will attend to it. Nobody will pay attention because they would have heard that this one was a staged kidnap by the mother. And it was just bringing doubts and raised eyebrows for a lot of people in the minds of many Nigerians that, are we sure this is even real? People are taking advantage of this. People are taking advantage of kidnapping to enrich themselves or to get money off people. Really? Now, she says, I'm short of words. I'm so angry. I have no hands in this. I never knew. I only wanted my mother back home. The law would take its course. I'm sorry this is happening. I only did what any daughter would do. My family has been shattered. We're called that my mom has been released. We didn't pay the kidnappers. The money is intact. We're going to make a refund. We involved the police from the beginning. We now know it was not a real kidnap. They said my mother is involved, that they're having a relationship. The guy was traced. They had agreed to take what we already raised, 20 million naira. So they had agreed that they would take 20 million naira. To do what? The Harmonies Ladies Club, a social club Anita belongs to, in a statement on its WhatsApp group and forwarded to journalists, dissociated itself from the staged kidnap. It expressed deep disappointment and shock, embarrassment at Mrs. Oluchi's action. The statement read, when news of her alleged abduction broke, the club acted swiftly in a good faith. Out of sisterhood, love, and a sense of community and responsibility, we rallied immediately. Our members provided extensive emotional, logistical, and financial support during what we believed was a life-threatening crisis. Carrying the heavy burden of anxiety alongside her family, it is with profound sense of betrayal that we have now discovered through investigations that the entire kidnapping incident was staged by Mrs. Oluchi herself. Edo police spokesman Eno Ikoidem confirmed the incident and said 4 persons have been arrested in connection with the incident. She added, I can confirm the incident and also let you know that 4 people have also been arrested in connection with the incident. That's like the summary of the whole matter. I really want to know what your thought is about this. Like, why would you, at a time like this, even if not a time like this, at any point in time, why would you stage your own kidnap? Is it a matter of that's a really life-threatening crisis that should not be toyed with? You hear of people, the trauma of some people who experience this. Some of them don't become normal after it, and you decide to use that to pull a stunt on your family, and you're a married woman. Even if you're a single girl, it doesn't even make it any right. But then you have a family and you do not think about your children or your husband or your extended family, what it will cost because of a lover. Or you love the man so much that you decide to go to a hotel, be with him in another state. Why don't you just let your family know that you don't want to be in that family anymore? Let your husband know that you are done or you are tired of the marriage. Own it with your full chest, whatever it is that you want to do. That, you're having an affair, that's one, and then you decide to use that, use kidnapping as what? I can't begin to imagine how the people would have been so traumatized when they finally found out that this wasn't a real thing. It was just a staged, plan to get money from the family. And they actually got 20 million. If not that, the number was traced and then they were caught. They probably would have used the money and then she will show face and say she has been released. Some people actually, I don't know the word to call it, but let's help ourselves. We can't be having real issues and someone is using those issues as of using it for their own benefits. It's really crazy. Let's do this 5 minutes break by 9:30, because by 9:45 there'll be a commercial, right? So by 9:30 I'll open the phone lines and have you join the conversation. I see your calls coming in already, but I'll just do a little high live break and then we'll get back to taking your open the phone lines and begin the conversation to hear from you. All right, please stay with me. Right, still on the thrill to the 95.1 FM. Let's have you join in the conversation. 0810-9510-951. That is a number to call to join in on the conversation. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
This is Dakuku from Okiche.
Okay, go on.
My sister, you see this life we are now, I've already finished. How can a woman and a married woman conspire with his girlfriend, his lover, in other way to sort money from the husband and the family, 50 million naira. Come to her, tell the daughter to her in Canada to give her money. the man himself
such a
than to be
shameless
going for
act.
shame. Hello?
Yes,
If
yeah.
it is me, my mother, she's going that moment. But if it is me and the husband, that woman is going immediately. I just said, no mercy, nothing that will make me for that woman to stay in that house.
To come back to the marriage and the family.
She will not come back there. She will not come back there.
Because that's a criminal. That's a criminal act. Exactly.
That's a very big criminal act in that issue. Sorting money. What are we talking about? It's too bad. That woman is a dangerous woman. The husband, she needs her to go so that she can live peacefully in the house. Are you hearing me?
You're right.
To consult with the lover.
Yeah.
To money from the
It's
husband,
bad
50
enough
million
that
naira.
you are cheating on your husband and then you decide to even do that one. Yes, I get your point. All
That's
right.
a very wrong thing to hit to her to do. Let me stop here. Thank you. This is come from my pocket.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your opinion. What do you think? What are your thoughts on a matter like this? What would even push a woman to conspire with her lover to extort money from her husband, her children, her family without considering the consequences involved? Hello, good evening.
Yeah, this is Dixon calling from Uniport.
All right.
My suggestion to this issue is that the man should just do away with his wife. Because even if he allowed the woman to come back to her just as a result of love, that woman might even kill him based on the little property the man might be having.
Yeah.
And all our attention is just on that I love her. So if I'm the daughter, I should suggest that the police should handle this matter.
Yeah, the daughter already said that the law should take its course in the matter.
Yes. If it is me, even though it is life imprisonment, let her go because the woman is deadly. For she to have this type of devious character, you want to dupe your daughter, your husband, dupe the public because of wealth. So you take the money with your boyfriend and begin to flex around all over the town.
All right, thank you for your opinion.
For me, I will suggest that the law should take this course and let her go for it. Even though they will kill her, let the daughter approve it.
Well, she'll have to be prosecuted, and then if they would have to know, the consequence for that action. It may not really be death, but whatever it is that she has to answer for it. Of course, if she's handed over, she would have to answer to that. And those other persons have been arrested. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Lady Rena.
Yes, please, welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you.
I call from Kegochi.
Okay.
Yeah. Regina.
Yeah.
You know that the action of this woman has put a question mark. If the husband is actually the biological father of the children.
There's also that angle to look at it too.
Yes. So, because what is going on now has not just started now. It has been there for a very long time. Meaning that she has been cheating on this man for a very long time. So this man now will be thinking, am I really the biological father?
How long has she been doing this, the affair?
So for me, I think that's all for the end of that marriage.
All right.
Yes, because I don't know how people can ask to call for forgiveness. I think for me, there is no forgiveness. That marriage will end. And the law too, we also take this up. Because since this is on the public domain, the law enforcement agency and the court is do something now. But that woman and the man is supposed to maybe go to the prison and start playing their law there.
Hey, this man, no problem. Thank you for your opinion. All right. So I said they should go there and be playing. Did they play love in the prison? Did they play love in prison? It's crazy. Really, really crazy things that you can't really tell the extent that people would go just for. I don't know how some people think, but I mean, what do you think you would gain? Or did they not think about the consequence of such an action? What if they get caught? Or they didn't consider that? Or they just hoped that it would pull through, it would be successful and they'll get the money and life will be okay? Or did they ever think the truth would definitely come out? There's only so much you can cover a lie. The truth will definitely come out. It may not come out that, this one came out very quickly. Sometimes you may think you've gotten away with something, and then, boom, it just happens. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
I'm Yadi Beradile, calling from Abha in Abba.
Okay, go on, please.
Let me tell you the truth. Such crimes that attract bloodshed can only be stopped by bloodshed. Let us stop deceiving ourselves.
Okay.
If government does not enact law that will make it mandatory to execute kidnappers publicly. Remember what I'm saying. Publicly, not in secret. In their villages, publicly. You can never stop this thing. Let them keep on trying it, but mark my statement. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your opinion. 0810-951-0951. What's your opinion on this matter we've been talking about? A married woman stages her kidnap, demands money from her family, husband, children, using her lover's number, and it was traced to Delta State, to Biarago. From Edo State, she was found in Delta State with her lover in a hotel, and then the truth came out. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
From
All right, go on, please.
my own suggestion is for you all to go and be it.
Yeah. Can you speak up? Your voice is very low.
I said you just want to do it DNA test, conduct a DNA test.
Oh, on the children?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. The family are really traumatized. They would really. The daughter even said it. It was a lot of shock on the family. And now this will just bring a lot of suspicion on how long have you been doing this? I mean, the affair. How long has it been going on? How am I sure that you weren't having an affair when you got pregnant and the children? And then let's even look at the effect it has on the society, where the girl says her integrity has already been put at stake. Like, her reputation has been ruined because she thought she was trying to help. What a daughter would do to save her mother's life. Because, of course, the news of your mother has been kidnapped and you're demanding 50 million naira. It's a traumatizing news. And at that point, you just want to do anything. Beg, put out pictures, posters, write up account numbers, everything to get funds. Because all you're thinking of is, I don't know what my mother is going through there. Any way to get money to help her out, for her release, secure her release, I would do it. So the daughter says she even asked, she started asking for help publicly, asking the public for help so they could raise the money. The mother belongs to Ladies Association, Women's, those women's club thing now, where, they have ladies joining or married people joining. They said, the admin of the group said, they have separated themselves from the woman, that they're not a part of it, because they were affected too. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Ronald.
Yes, please, welcome.
Innocent on the line.
Go on, please.
I think, you see why every Nigerians we are crying about security. Without proper investigation and proper follow-up, do you know that lady and that guy will collect ransom?
Of course.
And we keep crying Fulani herdsmen, unknown gunmen, That's the reason why every now and then when we talk about security, it's supposed to be a serious business, which the government and every citizen have to be on alert.
That's true.
Do you know how much this man has sink on this woman? Because if any woman that have that kind of boyfriend, the soup, if they give 10,000 naira, she will use 5,000. Because she have 2 homes.
Yeah.
2. Running 2 homes concurrently.
Crazy.
And then she will look for elsewhere if she can go to this level, which means there's a little shift. Do you understand me? That's the reason why she had to plan this one so that this one will be the final one.
Just
as
be
they
the
collect the
biggest one
million and all of that, they will disappear on the team. But we thank God for security, and then they say karma. Karma have catch up with them.
Thank God the truth
If I'm
came
the
out.
man, direct to police station together with the boyfriend.
Let the court
direct to court.
Involved. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much. God bless you. So we thank the security agency and everybody for this kind of breakthrough.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, Rona.
Welcome.
Yeah. This is Honorable Christian.
All right.
This kind of news, see, why evil keep on increase is because government are not doing what they're supposed to do. What makes me today not to be in one of the bush with my own AK-47? Maybe most of the things I saw when I was little. Our family, our parents used to carry us along, carry a chair, carry a family, the time crier, go and watch how they will kill your uncle who do this. But today, this news now, you will not hear government. This is where this man, how we sentence him, so that others will learn, other upcoming children will learn.
To deter them. True.
So maybe 1 or 2 days you still see the same thing. The other one will say, after all, now
that
one carry me
and nothing.
they will return me back. I'm telling you, till today, that thing has been in my mind. How
in
they tie people on the liner and shot them. Maybe I don't know which of the bush I forbid today. I forbid the bad terror. But because I'm telling you.
Yeah, I get your point.
They should, government is supposed to, at times, you bring them out so that people will know this is what they did to them. So that people will copy from there.
All right. Thank you. We're wrapping up in a minute. Like I said, there's a commercial for 9:45. Let me just play this voice note and wrap up with this one.
Yeah, good evening, my sister. Yeah, I'm a radio senior president, Billion. I'm from Abuja right now. They record the voice notes. For me, I want to say it and say it again. Fear who doesn't fear woman? Yes, whether she's hungry for sex or not. Even using artificial, using this thing is not even encouraging. Using toy is not even. I will not agree with you. Yes, as far as it's not natural, it's not from man. It's a sin. If you die on it, you go hellfire. The woman is a disgrace. You see the reason why I said it's very wrong to marry a club woman. Any woman that go to gym can even kill the man. So the daughter did not have any. I don't know why our women are. This is a crime. She will not go free. She will go to jail. All this kind of thing. They discourage men because you see it as our women are dangerous.
All right, this is where we'll wrap up the show. Thank you all so much. My name is Rona Agbara. The world news will come up by 10. Please stay looked on this dial Today 95.1 FM. Good evening.
popping with Desperados.
Yo, fellas, it's another week and welcome back to another show that's got everybody buzzing. Welcome to What's Popping with Desperados, where the vibes are loud, the stories are hot, and the energy stays all the way up. If you're looking for the freshest entertainment gist, the biggest trends, and the places everybody wants to be, say no more. Congratulations, you found the happy place. Whether you're driving through traffic, chilling with your crew, or getting ready for a night out, we're about to make your day a whole lot better. And you already know the rule. Everything hits differently with an ice-cold Desperados in hand. But before we jump in, here's a quick reminder. When ordinary isn't enough and the night deserves something extra, reach for Desperados. Bold flavor, refreshing attitude, and the unmistakable tequila-inspired kick. Desperados, made to be different. Off we go.
What's popping with Desperados, the tequila-flavored beer. Tequila-flavored beer.
When the night is young and the mood is right, an ice-cold Desperados is the only one way to keep the vibe alive. Bold flavor, big vibes, hot enough to ignite the night, and cool enough to keep it going. So grab a Desperados, turn the vibe on, and let the party begin.
Desperados, beer with a Latin vibe. Enjoy responsibly. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. What's popping with Desperados, the tequila-flavored beer. Tequila-flavored beer. The Popping 7.
It makes me feel good. I just want to get up and dance. I just want to dance.
The Popping 7. Countdown of the joints you feel the most.
Hey Desperados fam, it's time for another edition of the Popping 7. Did you miss me? Of course you did. 7 records, currently setting playlists, parties, clubs, and social media on fire. Number 1 on the list today is Asake, Why Love. Asake continues unstoppable run with the record that's smooth, infectious, and impossible to ignore. Without saying too much, Why Love by Asake.
Obìnrin tó bá fẹ́rù mi, consider lucky.
When 2 superstars lay with Holy Ghost, a certified banger. This right here is a monster hit. Take a quick break because the vibe is still popping on the Popping 7, and you know I'm super excited to have Desperados riding with us tonight. Bold, refreshing, and yes, different. Desperados isn't just a beer, it's a lifestyle. So how about you join me right now and raise your glass to the beer that's made to be different.
When the night is young and the mood is right, an ice cold Desperados is the only one way to keep the vibe alive. Bold flavor, big vibes, hot enough to ignite the night, and cool enough to keep it going. So grab a Desperados, turn the vibe on, and let the party begin.
Desperados, beer with a Latin vibe. Enjoy responsibly. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
What's popping with Desperados? The tequila flavored beer. Tequila flavored beer. The popping 7.
It makes me feel good. I just want to get up and dance. I just want to dance.
The popping 7. Countdown of the joints you feel the most.
Welcome back, folks, to the Popping 7, and next on the list. That is a record we don't cast. Charlie Poppy's back again with another amazing tune. Street Energy. That is Thames. Love me, JJ. Tonight is Davido Awuke. Closing out the countdown, it has to be with a record that is banging. And this record is packed with a feel-good energy and undeniable star power. Davido. Making waves across Nigeria. But first, how about give a toast to Desperados beer, the bold, refreshing, and unapologetically different beer. This tequila-flavored beer made for people who live their life in their own way. Without saying too much, up next on the show is The List. Stick around.
The List. Scoop about your favorites.
This is where it's at.
The List.
Hey fam, welcome back to The Least, where we bring you the biggest headlines, trending topics, and all the buzzing stories making rounds right now. On today's story, trust me, you want to grab your chair for this one. It is quite interesting. The rise of soft life travel among young Nigerians. More young Nigerians are choosing experiences over possessions. Are you shocked? Instead of spending heavily on gadgets and luxury items, many are saving for vacations, weekend getaways, concerts, festivals, and cultural experiences. Social media is packed with different travel content, destination reviews, and lifestyle inspiration, encouraging more people to explore new places and creating lasting memories. Supporters say life is all about experiences. Critics argue social media pressure may be encouraging unrealistic spending habits. So either way, one thing is clear. Travel culture is definitely booming. So where you heading to right now? Togo, Nigeria, who knows? Or maybe South Africa or Ghana? I don't even know. But the conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon.
What's popping with Desperados, the tequila flavored beer. Tequila flavored beer.
When the night is young and the mood is right, an ice-cold Desperados is the only one way to keep the vibe alive. Bold flavor, big vibes, hot enough to ignite the night, and cool enough to keep it going. So grab a Desperados, turn the vibe on, and let the party begin.
Desperados, beer with a Latin vibe. Enjoy responsibly. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
Does anyone know where the plug is? Where is popping? Looking for something. Places and events for you. Where's popping?
And to wrap it up tonight, folks, is Where's Popping. I mean, what's tonight without me giving you a location where the party is about to begin? So are you ready to turn up? I'm definitely ready to turn up. And you know, I'm your number one guide to the hottest places around town. And when I say around town, don't worry, we're still here in night, so don't even bother yourself. And tonight we're heading all the way to Lekki. Destination, drum rolls, the Library Lagos, folks. If you're looking for a place where great music, stylish crowds, and premium nightlife come together, this spot deserves your attention. The atmosphere, absolutely electric. The music keeps flowing, and every corner feels designed for people who came to enjoy themselves. Whether you're linking up with friends, celebrating the win, or simply looking for a memorable night out, the venue delivers, and of course, nothing completes the experience quite like an ice-cold Desperados. Bold flavor, refreshing energy, unforgettable moments, and that's the vibe. You know what time it is, right? And that is why the Library Lagos is officially where it's popping tonight. So what are you waiting for? Get in your car, tell your friends to pick you up. We're heading all the way to the Library Lagos tonight. I know every good song definitely comes to an end. And just like that, another incredible edition of What's Popping with Desperados comes to an untimely end. We brought you the hottest music, the biggest trends, and enough vibes to carry you through the rest of your day. And remember, life is better when you stay bold, stay different, and keep the energy high. From all of us here at What's Popping with Desperados, thank you for hanging with us. Until next time, stay popping, stay jiggy, most importantly, stay Desperados. And remember, it's made to be different.
Thank you for checking in with us on What's Popping with Desperados, the tequila flavored beer.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
This is Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News.
A very good evening to you. This is the World News and Premium Talk Radio Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I'm Rona Aguera. First, the headlines. Labour unions threaten industrial action over rising insecurity across Nigeria. NDC accuses former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso of hijacking party structure in Northwest. INEC releases final list of candidates for Rivers South East Centurial by-election. On the foreign scene, British government gives tech firms 3 months to block children from accessing nude images. Details shortly. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria (TUC) have threatened to embark on nationwide industrial action if the growing wave of terrorism, banditry and kidnappings across the country is not urgently addressed. The Labour centres issued the warning during a joint media briefing on the sidelines of the ongoing 114th International Labour Conference in Geneva, Switzerland. The Labour leaders expressed concern over the worsening security situation in the country, warning that continued attacks on citizens and workers could no longer be tolerated. They also dismissed claims by some state governors that negotiations were ongoing, a proposed 100,000 naira minimum wage, insisting that such assertions do not reflect the current state of discussions on workers' welfare and remuneration. The Nigerian Democratic Congress (NDC) has accused its vice presidential candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso of hijacking the party's structure in the Northwest. In a joint statement, the party's Northwest Vice Chairman Mohammed Serena and Kano State Chairman Hussaini Mariga alleged that the former Kano State Governor was excluding non-Kwankwasia members from contesting elective offices on its platform. The duo described themselves as pioneer members of the party, saying they were appointed by the party's national leader, former Bayelsa State Governor Seraki Dixon, before the party registration and later confirmed as substantive officers through congresses and the National Convention. Serena and Mariga further stated that they were instrumental in building the party structures across Kano State and the Northwest before Kwankwaso and his supporters joined the party. Meanwhile, former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso has reportedly threatened to leave the Nigerian Democratic Congress (NDC) following the replacement of several Kwankwasia faction candidates in Kano. The NDC was reported to have replaced several candidates earlier submitted by the Kwankwasia faction in Kano State over an alleged breach of a power-sharing agreement contained in a document signed by the Kano State NDC Chairman Hussaini Mariga. According to the document, the changes were made to reflect an earlier agreement on the distribution of party positions and elective tickets between the existing NDC structure and the Kwankwasia bloc. The document was copied to the national leader of the opposition political party, Senator Seraki Dixon, Kwankwaso, and the NDC Northwest Zonal Chairman. The NDC explained that there was a standing agreement for elective positions and party offices to be shared on a 60-40 basis, with the Kwankwasia bloc receiving 60% and the original party structure retaining 40%. Members of the David Mark-led National Working Committee (NWC) of the African Democratic Congress (ADC) have staged a protest at the Federal High Court in Abuja, urging judiciary not to allow itself to be used to stifle opposition parties in the country. The demonstration comes amid ongoing legal battle between the David Mark-led ADC and the faction headed by Nafiu Bala. The protesters allege that the lawsuit filed by Bala, which the Supreme Court referred to back to the Federal High Court, is a ploy to distract the opposition political party. It could be recalled that the Apex Court had in April set aside an order of the Court of Appeal in Abuja directing the parties to maintain the status quo antebellum in the leadership tussle, a decision upon which INEC had acted in recognizing the David Mark leadership of the party. The Supreme Court had, in a unanimous judgment delivered by a 5-member panel, ordered the parties to return to the Federal High Court for an expeditious hearing of the suit filed by an aggrieved party chieftain, Nafiu Bala. The House of Representatives has commenced legislative action to repeal the Statistics Act 2007 and replace it with a new legal framework aimed at modernizing Nigeria's statistical system for the digital age. Speaking at a public hearing on the Statistics Bill 2025, Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, said the proposed legislation would strengthen the national statistical system and enhance the capacity of the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, to deliver timely, reliable and high-quality data for governance, economic planning and policy formulation. Also speaking at the hearing, the Statistician General of the Federation and Chief Executive Officer of the NBS, Adeyemi Adeniran, said the bill responds to rapid technological changes shaping the global data ecosystem. Stakeholders from government agencies, academia, civil society, and the private sector participated in the hearing and are expected to submit recommendations before the bill proceeds to further legislative consideration. The West African Examinations Council WAEC has attributed delays in the conduct of some papers in the ongoing 2026 West African Senior School Certificate Examination to a road accident that claimed the lives of 3 of its officials. In a statement by its head of public affairs, Moyosola Adeshino, WAEC said the officials died while transporting sensitive examination materials along the Gombe-Yola Highway, disrupting distribution schedules and causing delays in several examination centers across the country. The examination body explained that the incident, alongside security concerns, logistical challenges and disruptions caused by protests over the abduction of school children in some areas, affected timely delivery of examination materials. WAEC said emergency contingency measures were immediately deployed to ensure affected candidates could sit for their examinations and assure the public that additional safeguards have been put in place to prevent a recurrence. The council expressed condolences over the loss of its personnel and pledged to ensure the remaining papers in the examination are conducted without further disruptions. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Please stay with us.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Thanks for staying with us now. The rest of our stories. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released and published the final list of candidates for the Rivers South East Senatorial District by-election scheduled to hold on June 20, 2026. In a circular signed by Rose Oriaron Anthony, the Commission confirmed the issuance of Form E69 to all candidates fielded by the 4 participating political parties. According to the published list, the candidates are Douglas Fabeke Baker of the Action Alliance, AA, Osaro Saka Ebenezer Erewari of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Sam Kinani Barikboa of the Labour Party, LP, and Nwogu Olaka Johnson of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Rivers State, Darlington Nwauju, has dismissed claims that the tenure of his executive ended in October last year, describing such assertions as misleading and driven by ignorance and political interest. In a statement, Nwauju, who maintained that the party executives elected on October 16, 2021 were given a constitutionally guaranteed 4-year mandate to manage the affairs of the party and therefore remain in office, argued that suggestions to the contrary were moronic and aimed at undermining lawful leadership through undemocratic means, while further questioning why individuals now raising concerns over tenure expiration did not speak out earlier regarding the August 12, 2024 judgment of Justice Sika Aprioko of the Rivers State High Court, which he said was disregarded. Also alleged that for over 2 years, imposters had unlawfully occupied party offices and even conducted unauthorized activities, including the nomination of candidates for local government elections in the party's name. Nwauju urged stakeholders to focus on constructive solutions for the party's future, rather than spreading what he called fake or distorted information. He also cautioned against relying on meddlesome interlopers, warning that such actions would not resolve the ongoing internal disputes within the party. Aggrieved commercial drivers operating along the Choba and Tierumola route have withdrawn their services in protest over alleged extortion and harassment by the leadership of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, led by Julius Uchenna Uzoma. Today FM's Uchendu Jawar reports that the action by the aggrieved commercial drivers drawn from different transport unions forced many commuters to trek long distances to their destinations. Some of the aggrieved drivers who spoke with newsmen accused the leadership of the NURTW Rumola branch of using touts and suspected cultists to harass and intimidate them into paying various fees, including alleged cultist levies, community fees, and other daily charges, adding that drivers who fail to comply are often assaulted and subjected to intimidation. The protesting drivers who further allege that the burden of multiple levies has made it difficult for them to maintain their vehicles, while their families continue to face severe economic hardship, called on the government and relevant authorities to urgently intervene and put an end to all forms of extortion, harassment, and intimidation of commercial drivers.
All What they are doing is a way to install money from drivers. They came up with another idea of registration, which has not been invoked for more than how many years you have been on this road. They stopped them from some places they were operating, being Julius in question. There are some places they stopped him from one of the tickets he's selling. The Obiakpo ticket, they have collected it from him. So he wants to use this one to enrich himself through drive. If there should be registration, it should come from Ministry of Transport.
The extortion is too much. We want it to stop. In Delhi, the money that we are paying in this junction is too much. If you buy your ticket, normally they have National Union ticket. People that with Union will buy it 800 naira. When you buy it, you will still use money to sign that ticket.
We no want any register. Make them stop Agbero matter. See all my body, see all my trouser. No be small beat o. Beat me, not be small.
On his part, the National Publicity Secretary of the Self-Employed Drivers Welfare Initiative, Abel Williams, while explaining the challenges commercial drivers face under the leadership of the NURTW Rumola branch, particularly the recent directive, said they oppose the registration exercise as drivers do not operate from any designated motor park but along a federal road.
The drivers have been complaining about the multi-taxation they face at Rumola Junction and other touts that will just come around their vehicles. Sometimes they say when they want to offload, more than 30 or 20 boys will run there and start asking them for money, 200. Some cases, they don't even give them, they punch them, they beat them, they drag them out of the steering. They are still facing that before the National Union leader. So there's a loading bay they control. So he now called the drivers, assembled them, and was telling them that they will start registering their vehicles. Ideally, it's a government road. It is for everybody. Buy the maintenance ticket, pay for your loading, and go your way. So it is not just a one union thing. It's for all the drivers. Whatever union you're belonging to, they are the one fighting against this intimidation and extortion.
Reacting to the allegations, the chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, Rumola branch, Julius Uchenna-Uzoma, who dismissed claims of multiple taxation, harassment, and intimidation, however, admitted directing members and vehicle operators to register, explaining that the exercise was aimed at profiling drivers in response to the activities of criminals who allegedly use buses and tricycles to perpetrate crimes. Uchenna-Uzoma stated that all other transport units operating within the area had complied with the directive except the Choba Rumola unit, adding that the matter had already been resolved by the divisional police officer in charge of Kala Police Station.
We have said as a union, in every unit, in every branch, there must be a registration of, that is a kind of profiling of every vehicle that is in our branch, so that the detail of every vehicle will be in our database, and also we'll profile the driver and ensure that we do not hide kidnappers and criminals in the guise of carrying passenger. So we have agreed as a union, every branch must profile the vehicles that are running in their branch and ensure that you provide the drivers, you also ensure that the detail of the vehicles are with the branch, so that should there be any crime, having to provide details will not be a problem, and it gives the police the easy way to actually get to combat this crime.
On the foreign scene, the British government has given major technology companies, including Apple and Google, 3 months to introduce safety measures that prevent children from sending, receiving, or accessing nude images on phones and tablets. Prime Minister Keir Starmer said firms must use their technological capabilities to protect children from online abuse, coercion, and sextortion, warning that the government would introduce legislation if companies fail to act voluntarily. Under the proposed measures, companies could face hefty fines and possible criminal liability for executives who fail to comply. The move comes amid growing concerns over online child exploitation, with the government citing data showing that 91% of online child sexual abuse reports in 2024 involved self-generated content. The announcement also follows reports that the UK is considering banning children under 16 from accessing some social media platforms, similar to measures already adopted in Australia. And in sports, Manchester City are in advanced talks with Chelsea over a compensation package as they move closer to appointing Enzo to the club. However, Chelsea is demanding compensation, arguing he remained under contract until 2029 when he left just months ago. While talks continue, both sides are yet to reach an agreement, with legal and financial discussions still ongoing. To end the news, here's a summary of the major stories. The NLC and TUC have threatened to embark on a nationwide industrial action over the rising insecurity across the country. The NDC has accused the former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso of hijacking the party structure in the Northwest. We told you that INEC has released the final list of candidates for Rivers South East Senatorial by-election. On the foreign scene, you also heard that the British government has given tech firms 3 months to block children from accessing nude images. 1,000 users edited by Stella Sasongo Korea. For comments and inquiries, please call 081-8389-2850 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com, on Facebook at Today95.1fm, on Instagram at TodayFM951, on X at TodayFM951. You can also join our YouTube live at Today95.1fm. I'm Rona Aguera. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Hit the road, feel your drive. Ignite the vibe, stay locked. Today 95.1 FM, radio on the go.
Very good evening to you. This is Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt, Voice of the People. It's time again for a rundown of the foreign news stories that made the headlines on the world today. I'm Rona Agbara. First, the headlines. Car to accept third country deportees from U.S. DRC court sentences 54 to death in final verdict on murder of UN experts. At least 4 killed as quake triggers tsunami in southern Philippines. Meta to take legal action against Israeli spyware company NSO. Details shortly. Nearly 9 years after the killing of 2 United Nations experts in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the country's high military court has delivered its final verdict. All 54 defendants charged in the murder of American investigator Michael Sharp and Swedish-Chilean expert Zaida Catalan have been sentenced to death. The pair were killed in March 2017 while investigating violence in central Kasai, and according to the court, they were intercepted, accused of being traitors, and executed after being led into a trap. Among those convicted is Congolese Army officer Colonel Jean Didier Mambweni, who was initially sentenced to 10 years in prison and was handed the death penalty on appeal after judges concluded he played a key role in luring the UN experts to their deaths. While the ruling closes one of Congo's most high-profile cases, critics says justice remains incomplete. The National Human Rights Commission argues that senior figures suspected of masterminding the killings were never prosecuted. An Ebola outbreak raging in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has made it even more urgent to broker a ceasefire for the conflict-ravaged region. The EU said it had flown in 100 tons of humanitarian aid, including medicine, tents, and protective gear to fight the hemorrhagic fever to had to reach Ituri province and the epicenter of the epidemic. Ituri is difficult to access because of poor roads and is plagued by insecurity because of numerous armed groups operating in the region, including the Rwanda-backed M23, which has seized vast swathes of territory. Hadjab Labib, the EU Commissioner for Crisis Management, visited the provincial capital, Bunia, calling for humanitarian health workers in the region to be guaranteed access to the people in need. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has moved to diffuse growing anti-immigrant tensions with a speech on national television yesterday. The country has seen weeks of protests and violent attacks amid calls for a crackdown on immigration. Anti-immigrant groups says foreign nationals in South Africa illegally are exacerbating the country's high unemployment and putting pressure on public health and education services. But Ramaphosa said illegal immigration is not the cause of all the country's economic challenges, and the answer must be faster economic growth, greater investment, industrial expansion, infrastructure development, and the creation of new jobs. Meanwhile, South Africa's coalition government has placed a new focus on the issue of immigration after it was formed in 2024, and saying it has deported over 100,000 people in the last 2 years who were in the country illegally. Ramaphosa said there had been weaknesses in the way South Africa has managed migration and promised the government would take decisive action now. Central African Republic is the latest African nation to agree to accept third country deportees from the United States. The deal was reportedly reached during a U.S. delegation visit to Bangui last month, and no details of numbers, nationalities, or timing of flights were available. The Trump administration had deported thousands of people to third countries under a series of often secret agreements as part of a broader crackdown on immigration. Lawyers says the use of third countries offers a legal loophole to indirectly force asylum seekers to return home. Last week, right groups filed a case against Equatorial Guinea before Africa's Human Rights Commission, accusing the government of forcing deportees back to their home countries in violation of their rights. Away from Africa to the rest of the world. Israel said that Iran has launched missiles targeting it hours after Israel launched airstrikes targeting central and western Iran in response to missile fire from Tehran. The exchange of strikes threatened to drag the wider Middle East back into a regional war. Sirens sounded in Tel Aviv, warning people to take shelter as the military worked to intercept a barrage of incoming Iranian missiles. Meanwhile, it's the first time Israel has been targeted since April's ceasefire in the Middle East war. Tehran released footage of what he said were missiles being launched from central Iran. A powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck off the southern Philippines earlier today, killing at least 4 people, injuring more than 200, and triggering a tsunami. While buildings were damaged, flights were cancelled, and authorities warned coastal residents to move to higher ground. The quake was centered around 13 kilometers southeast of General Santos, a major commercial hub with a population of more than 700,000. However, authorities reported damaged buildings, cracked roads, and structural damage to a key access bridge in the city. Russia and Ukraine have traded deadly air attacks hours after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met European leaders in London. Earlier this morning, a Russian attack killed 5 and injured 14 people in Ukraine's southeastern Zaporizhia region. Ivan Fedorov said Russia attacked the region with drones and shelling, damaging infrastructure, residential buildings, and cars. The regional governor, Oleg Kipa, said elsewhere in Ukraine, Russian attacks on energy infrastructure in the Odessa region caused power outages for more than 1,000 customers. This comes a day after Russian forces targeted a nuclear fuel shortage facility near the defunct Chernobyl power plant. At least 11 people have been killed as police clashed with supporters of an outlawed group in Pakistan-administered Kashmir a day before a planned protest over political rights and legislative representation. Dozens of others, including police officers and civilians, were wounded in the violence that erupted after the Supreme Court of Pakistan-administered Kashmir ruled that 12 legislative seats reserved for Kashmiri refugees living in Pakistan are constitutionally protected and cannot be abolished without a constitutional amendment. The landmark ruling came before a rally planned by the outlawed Joint Awami Action Committee, or JAAC, which has long demanded greater political rights for people in the region and the abolition of the refugee seats on the grounds that the refugees have influence disproportionate. Police Chief Liaquat Malik said 23 security officials and 50 protesters were among the injured in yesterday's incident, with 30 offenders arrested in the Himalayan region that is a flashpoint with neighboring India. According to the regional police, armed supporters of the JAC opened fire on security forces in Rawalakot, a city in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, and later surrounded the combined military hospital, disrupting medical services. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's party has won Armenia's parliamentary election, preliminary results suggest, in a vote seen as a test of its handling of a peace deal with Azerbaijan, its growing turn to the west and away from the traditional ally, Russia. Pashinyan's Civil Contract Party secured 49.81% of the vote. The country's Central Election Commission, CEC, with an alliance led by the main opposition party, Strong Armenia, a distant second with a 23.29%. Turnout in the landlocked country of 3 million was about 58% of eligible voters. However, the Prime Minister is seeking a mandate to reorient the country's geopolitics, distancing former imperial ruler Russia and Russian and pushing to join the European Union. Meta has said it's filing a federal U.S. court contempt order against Israeli spyware firm NSO Group for violating a permanent injunction that barred it from ever targeting WhatsApp and its users. The company said that its WhatsApp messaging service disrupted newspaper phishing attempt linked to NSO, an entity blacklisted by the United States government for engaging in activities that are contrary to national security or foreign policy interests. These attempts were similar to previous one-click phishing campaigns aimed to trick users into clicking malicious links and direct them to external websites. Meta said WhatsApp took down test accounts and group created by NSO on its platform, and NSO did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for comment. Meanwhile, last year, a U.S. court ordered NSO to stop targeting Meta's WhatsApp, a development the spyware company warned could put it out of business. That story from Israeli concludes tonight's edition of The World Today, is produced by Loma Nwosu of the news department. But before we go, here's a summary of the stories that made the headlines. CAR has accepted third country deportees from U.S. You heard that DRC court has sentenced 54 people to death in final verdict on murder of UN experts. And finally, Meta has taken legal action against Israeli spyware company NSO. Till same time tomorrow, do have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for listening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM? Such a unique style.
BBC World Service. I'm Nkechi Obonna in Nairobi with Focus on Africa. A BBC investigation team gets rare access into a prisoner of war facility in western Ukraine, where many Africans fighting Russia's war are held.
They are the victims of these illegal Russian activities, illegal Russian propaganda. Sometimes they were invited to study in Russia, and then suddenly they appear on the battlefield.
And just days before the FIFA World Cup begins in Mexico, Canada and the US, African fans lament over visa hurdles and travel restrictions.
It's a form of segregation that doesn't say its name. But the proof is there. No European country has had this form of restriction. Why Africa?
That's all on the BBC Tonight in Focus. First, the news.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Iran's military has said it's halting military operations against Israel after the first direct hostilities between the two sides in 2 months. It said it had delivered what it called a painful response to Israel, warning it against further attacks, including in southern Lebanon. More from our chief international correspondent, Lise Doucette.
This is understood to be the first time as well that Iran has struck Israel because it believes it continues to emphasize that the ceasefire must include the Lebanese front, must include Hezbollah. Iran is making it clear, and the message doesn't seem to have got through to President Trump, that for Iran, Hezbollah is not just a bargaining chip. The ties between Hezbollah and Iran go back many years. They are personal, they are political, they are religious, they are institutional, and Iran will not simply cast aside its support for Hezbollah.
European Union leaders have congratulated Armenia's Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan on his party's clear victory in Sunday's parliamentary election. His pro-EU Civil Contract Party won a fraction shy of 50% of the vote. The head of the European Council, Antonio Costa, said Armenians had voted for a future built on peace, stability and stronger cooperation with neighbours. Russia, however, has criticised what it called Western interference in the election. The British government has given tech companies, including Apple and Google, 3 months to block children's access to naked images on smartphones and other devices. The Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, said the companies must either activate built-in features or update operating systems to prevent under-18s from taking, sending or viewing sexually explicit images.
This is not an impossible challenge. These are some of the most innovative companies in the world, and I believe they can solve it. But if they choose not to, then we will act.
Sakir said if they don't, new legislation would force them to do so. Google said it was deeply committed to protecting children online. Airline industry leaders attending a summit in Brazil have said that net zero is now an unlikely target. Airline companies had previously pledged to achieve net zero emissions from their operations by 2050. Phoebe Hobson reports.
Speaking at an annual industry summit in Rio de Janeiro, the Director General of the International Air Transport Association, Willie Walsh, said that fuel from non-petroleum sources was too expensive and difficult to find. Sustainable air fuels, known as SAFs, can be made from food and agricultural waste. Mr. Walsh said governments, fuel suppliers and aircraft manufacturers were all to blame for failing to meet targets, and that hope for 2050 net zero goals was dwindling. The pledge made in 2021 at a summit in Boston was the airline industry's main concern to help meet the UN's climate goals of limiting the global temperature increase to 1.5 Celsius above pre-industrial levels.
World News from the BBC. Pope Leo has appealed for migrants to be treated with respect in the first ever address given by a head of the Roman Catholic Church to Spain's Parliament. The Pope told Spanish lawmakers that the challenge of migration required a coordinated response based on solidarity. More than 30 people are now known to have died in a powerful earthquake that struck the island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines. Dozens have been left injured. Disaster officials have stepped up search and rescue operations. Many people have been evacuated from coastal areas. The magnitude 7.8 quake struck some 20 kilometres off Sarangani and was felt across Mindanao. Poland's Prime Minister has warned his country's solidarity with Ukraine could be destroyed because of a row about events that took place during the Second World War. Ukraine last month named one of its army units after the wartime Ukrainian insurgent army, which is revered for its resistance to both Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. But the insurgent army is also blamed for murdering around 100,000 Polish citizens. Scientists say that octopuses have been spotted off the coasts of Scotland and Ireland. It follows a surge in octopus numbers in southwest England, one which has caused problems for local fishermen, as our Global Affairs reporter Paul Moss explains.
It's never been easy for fishermen in England's southwest to make a living, but now they face a competitor, around 200,000 octopuses, probably coming from the Mediterranean. Climate change is blamed for this migration, and the animals are apparently gobbling up the crab, lobster and other marine life which many fishermen depend on. A report published on Monday found octopuses spotted further north and in Wales, and said fishermen are having to adapt, hunting for the octopuses themselves. One market town recently saw 100 tons of octopus sold in a single day.
Paul Moss reporting. BBC News.
Hello there, I'm Nkechi Obonna in Nairobi with Focus on Africa. A BBC investigation team gets rare access into a prisoner of war facility in western Ukraine, where many Africans fighting Russia's war are held. But how were they recruited into the army?
They are the victims of these illegal Russian activities, illegal Russian propaganda. Sometimes they were invited to study in Russia, and then suddenly they appear on the battlefield.
And with the World Cup kickoff days away, lovers of football in Africa share their frustrations over visa restrictions, appointment delays and travel bans to the US World Cup.
Some of these fans, probably that's their entire budget for their stay, and some of them may not even earn more than that in a particular year. So we can argue that it's quite discriminatory.
It's Monday, June 8th.
Mommy. Mom, don't be angry. I only came here because I wanted to improve my life.
A young man's voice breaks through the line. A son who traveled to Russia for what he believed was a construction job. Instead, he says he was forced to sign a military contract. Today, he is no more. He died on his birthday. His mother now carries his final story.
So he asked me, Mommy, what am I going to do? I was forced to sign the contract. They will kill me.
Her son is not the only victim. Many more Africans recruited into Russia's war in Ukraine have either been killed or captured and are now held as prisoners of war in Ukraine. The BBC's Sami Awami went to Ukraine, traveling through Moldova to meet some of these prisoners of war.
So today is the day when I got to speak to the prisoners. I mean, throughout this process, there's been a lot of details that we couldn't know in advance. I mean, even the actual place where the prison is, we couldn't know until late yesterday.
Upon gaining access to the detention facility, the scale of what unfolds inside becomes clearer. Among those held is Richard Kanu, a prisoner of war from Sierra Leone. He says he believed he was traveling for work as a security guard.
He asked me and what kind of job I was doing in Africa. Then I said I'm a military man. So he said, in that case, your case is simple. You have good job here, security job. Immediately they accept your contract, and every month they will pay me about $2,000 when I arrived in Rostov. Then I saw myself in the military camp. What am I doing in the military camp? He said, my contract is for the military. I've signed contract for 1 year.
He now says that even if released, he would still choose to return to Russia.
I will 100% choose to go back to Russia. I have identity. I'm a Russian. I signed contract for Russia, and I want to go back to Russia. Life in Russia is more better than the life in Sierra Leone.
Russia has been accused of conscripting unsuspecting Africans into the army. Allegations they deny. Not only Richard, Willie Macharia from Kenya also holds on to hope that one day he will return to Russia.
I don't know how long it will take, but I know that one day, I'll go back to Russia. Yeah.
For now, they wait, trapped in a war they say is not theirs, and facing uncertain futures as their home countries weigh how far they are willing to go to bring them back.
I'm just about to cross the border and leave Ukraine behind, but the African prisoners of war that I came to see remain stuck here. They're essentially stuck between countries and politics. Ukraine says it doesn't want them. Russia's intentions are unclear, and their home countries have done little to resolve their fate.
Those are some bits of Sami's reporting in Ukraine, and he spoke with me earlier. You went to the prisoner of war facility in western Ukraine. How difficult was it, or easy, to gain access?
So the actual entry permits and the visa for Ukraine were pretty straightforward. The Ukrainian government was very helpful, especially the visa officers here in Dar es Salaam and Nairobi were very helpful. Remember, these trips are coordinated by Ukrainian government, and they allow the media to visit the facility on the last Thursday of every month. So they've essentially perfected the process of getting journalists from all over the world to go and visit the facility. But it was the visa via the third country that was more difficult to obtain. Remember, Ukraine is in the middle of a war, so you can't fly into the country directly. You have to go through these neighboring countries such as Poland or Moldova. So we chose Moldova. But both of these countries had long waiting lists of applicants for visa, and we missed some deadlines because we were covering other stories like the Uganda elections and stuff. And so in total, it took us about 5 months, I would say, to get everything in order and travel to Ukraine.
So it wasn't a pick your bag and go kind of deployment. No. When you went to the facility, what did you see? Was there anything that shocked you the most?
I haven't been to so many prisons, so I don't have many examples to compare with. But, some of the things that really surprised me was how orderly the whole facility was. I mean, obviously, this is prison managed by military. Everyone's supposed to be where they're supposed to be. But even when you look around, it was quite orderly, but also it wasn't intimidating, not as expected.
Were there certain patterns you noticed about how African nationals were being recruited into the conflict?
From our countries, we know young people are being deceived. They go there to look for driving jobs, and then they end up on the front line. But when we got into the facility and spoke to about 5 or 6 African prisoners, and they all had very different stories. We had a gentleman from the Republic of the Congo who had gone to Russia to study about 7 years ago. He got in trouble, got imprisoned, and then instead of serving his prison sentence, he chose to go go to the front line. So that's how he went there. So he was there before even the war started. We spoke to a gentleman from Sierra Leone who had gone to Russia to look for different jobs. He was tricked into signing to go into fighting. We had another gentleman from Kenya who sought education opportunities in Russia. He thought fighting for Russia would make it easier for him to join there. So there's just so many ways about how these African nationals are joining in. And once you speak to them, you realize it's not just everyone being tricked. It's quite diverse.
Did any of them stories strike you the most?
They're all unique in different ways. I mean, I think about Alud, this from Congo. He was already settling in. He had a family, he had a wife and daughter. But because of financial troubles, he started selling drugs. And then all of a sudden, he ended up in a war. He has lost about 5 of his fingers because of frostbite on the front line.
Fingers?
Yes, I think 3 from one of the hands and then 2 of others because of the frostbite. It was quite bad, he says. And you had this young man, barely 25 years old. He just wanted, education opportunities, but he had to fight. He had to join the conflict to get there. They all have such diverse stories. We asked the Foreign Affairs Minister, his name is Andrei Sibia, and this is what he told us.
They are the victims of these illegal Russian activities, illegal Russian propaganda. Sometimes they were invited to study in Russia, and then suddenly they appear on the battlefield.
But we also spoke to the spokesperson for prisoners of war affairs of Ukraine. His name is Petro Esenko.
According to Geneva Convention, South Geneva Convention, all POWs should be released just after the end of hostilities. So, in this case, we will be ready to release them and repatriate them to their home countries. But we, at the moment, have no any movements from the Russian side to take them back.
How are governments like Kenya and Ghana responding differently compared to others?
So it appears Kenya and Ghana have been more open about how they engage Ukraine and Russia. They visit the camp, they talk to government officials, we see them on press conferences. But what we heard from Ukrainian officials is that there are other governments who are also engaging with them to see how they could get their nationals back home. But obviously the process is very complex. For instance, you have Kenya who is now appealing to Russia not to recruit Kenyans into fighting to that battle. You had Ghanaian officials who went to Ukraine to see how they could get their nationals back home. So they all have different ways, but we see more Kenya and Ghana who are more open or transparent about how they want to resolve this issue. So we spoke to the Kenyan Foreign Minister, Musalia Mudavadi, who basically said it's not fair to blame the parents, the government, or even the young people themselves.
Some of these young men have just walked away from their own homes without even telling their parents or their siblings. You cannot blame the government on this. Where there are illegal recruitment agencies, we have scrapped them and we continue to scrap them. With other countries, we are building up bilateral labor agreements. Let us move away from a blame game. Let us focus on how can we help Kenyans not to fall into dangerous assignments.
What risks do you think still exist for Africans who may still be recruited going forward? Because the war is very much active.
Yes, obviously the biggest risk is death. We've had multiple testimonies from all these fighters saying how dangerous this war is. One particular testimony we had from Duncan Chege, a Kenyan fighter who obviously went to fight for Russia but managed to return back to Kenya. He said when he went to this zone, they call red zone, he said everywhere he looked, it was just bodies of people, dying. He said sometimes soldiers step on bodies, to go and fight or return. They said people are being killed, their limbs are being mutilated, and no one cares. They just go on. So he said it was very dangerous. He got extremely scared when he was there.
Did you speak to any Russian official at all?
So we reached out to the Russian authorities to seek their response because there's been a lot of accusations about how they put Africans to fighting in their army. Unfortunately, we didn't hear back from them. But we understand they've spoken about this issue when the Kenyan Foreign Minister visited the country back in March. And they said every fighter in their army joined.
Will be able to attend at all. Against the backdrop of the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda, visa restrictions, travel bans, and lengthy application delays have raised questions about who gets to be part of the world's most watched sporting event. Critics warn that fans from parts of Africa and other regions could face significant barriers to entry, potentially undermining the tournament's promise of inclusivity.
We believe that when a country that qualifies for the World Cup and aspires to go as far as possible is deprived of its supporters, with all that Senegalese fans represent for their national teams, it's like amputating a leg from the team.
It's a form of segregation that doesn't say its name, but the proof is there. No European country has had this form of restriction. Why Africa?
While exemptions exist for players, coaches and essential team staff, the provisions do not automatically extend to ordinary fans, journalists, sponsors or family members. We hear from William Troost Ekong, a former defender for the Nigerian team.
One of the things that you'd love to see at those stadiums is to see the vibrance that the African fans bring. That will be interesting to see how many can actually make it there, or if it will just be filled up from maybe African fans that are already living on the continent there. Not really what you want for football, because it should be an accessible sport for all. Every team looks forward to playing in front of their own fans, and I think you need that to have that extra that you can't get any other way.
Although the World Football Governing Body, FIFA, increased the number of teams in the tournament from 38 to 48, with Africa having a record 10 slots, analysts warned that these obstacles could undermine FIFA's goal of inclusivity. I have been speaking with Bolu Michael B., a lawyer and geopolitical analyst, on the implications of the visa restrictions for the tournament.
The recent travel bans imposed by Canada and the U.S. on citizens from the DRC, South Sudan and Uganda because of Ebola, it's clashing with the World Cup's promise of unity. I mean, as we speak, the DRC national team, they are undergoing quarantine in Belgium, even though some of these players, or most of these players, they're not coming from Congo. But the grounds in which that has been done is quite legitimate. And I feel it's important that it's looked at on a case-to-case basis. Public health and national security are very important grounds at any point in time, but it's affecting fans, journalists and staff from these nations, and the World Cup is just days away. And don't forget that the US is also requiring a $15,000 bond from certain countries like Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Tunisia. But some of these fans, probably that's their entire budget for their stay, and some of them may not even earn more than that in a particular year. So we can argue that it's quite discriminatory. But even though we know now that there's been some negotiations and the waiver was granted to ticket holders. But if we look at it holistically, it does clash with the World Cup's promise of unity.
Now, the BBC spoke to a few fans who say they feel the World Cup was not made for them. The World Cup was made for the West. Do you share that view owing to the current restrictions around accessing visas and travel to the US?
Some of these policies, whether the World Cup is there or not, existed. Some other countries needed visa to enter Canada or the United States. So even without a World Cup, it wouldn't be any different. I think the issue that people might face is the delay in the processing, considering as well the fact that the U.S. has closed some of its consulates, which means that the workload on the consulates or embassies that are open would be more. And if one is going for this kind of event, it's just quite reasonable to apply for a visa well ahead of time. Any time that's too close to the event may make some of the fans or persons who are participating in running things maybe in the background, like journalists and some of the staff, they might miss out on key networking events or important meetings. So I do not believe that the World Cup is made for certain countries. I think it's made for all. It's open to the entire world if you are able to meet the requirements.
Put this in perspective for us. Are there any international frameworks that host countries are expected to uphold when facilitating entry for visitors attending major global sporting events like the Olympics or the World Cup in this case?
I would say there's a particular policy or convention that addresses this visa issues and all that directly, because countries, they still they retain sovereign rights to control their borders, especially on the grounds on health and security. But there's certain frameworks and policies that are quite broad. For example, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which affirms the right to freedom of movement and non-discrimination. It covers issues like this. And the UN and FIFA, they often reference what is called the Olympic truce model and similar principles, just to encourage the host countries to facilitate travel for athletes and fans. There are other conventions like the Covenant on Civil and Political Rights that prohibit arbitrary discrimination based on nationality. So some of these broad frameworks covers issues like this, but there's no particular framework that says or addresses, visa and things like that, because countries still retain the sovereign right to control their borders.
But given the current circumstances, could such policies be viewed as discriminatory under international law and some of these conventions that you have listed? What legal tests would you say apply in this case?
The test that we will run on such policies, question we ask is if it's proportionate, if it's necessary, and non-arbitrary. But it's going to be viewed as disproportionate if fans from specific countries are affected without being compelling non-discriminatory justification, which could be challenged under international human rights law as discriminatory. But if there's a blanket ban on travelers from Ebola-affected country, there might be grounds to defend that, which is public health. So another ground that's defensible is national security. But reasonable steps must be taken to ensure that individual risks are assessed and alternatives are given. So as if this is not being done, that's when we can say it's discriminatory.
And if certain nationalities face, say, disproportionate barriers to attending the World Cup, does FIFA have any option as to engage with host governments and advocate for more accessible travel arrangements? I mean, we know this is almost the 11th hour before the game starts. What exactly do you think the governing body can do in this case?
FIFA, they already have like a system and structure of approaching things like this. I mean, we can see that they successfully lobbied the US to waive the $15,000 bond requirement for ticket holders from 5 African nations. So they could follow the same structure and pattern to negotiate other things. They can engage the host governments through their diplomatic channels. They can even bring in United Nations to kind of highlight the human rights implications of the competition. So if these barriers persist, the FIFA could consider maybe adjusting some of the tournament's logistics. Have a joint task force or a joint committee that can anticipate some of these things in advance and ensure that future tournaments or they can even make the current tournament to align immigration policies with the sporting applications. For example, visa could be pre-approved, as part of getting a ticket, and ensure that there's a standardized health protocol to avoid having a blanket ban or the banning of certain countries. And also, they must keep the communication channels open at all times. And they must put necessary security measures in place to ensure that people are not jumping their visa. And in such cases, there must be practical measures to ensure that they are tracked and, the due process is done in terms of the legal ways to ensure that these persons are taken back to their own country. They must have an emergency travel fund as well, which I wouldn't believe they already have. And if not, they should have one. And also legal assistance to fans and families and journalists that may need them.
Many thanks to Bolu Michael B., a lawyer and geopolitical analyst. Now, FIFA says it is confident that Canada, Mexico and the United States will provide a safe and welcoming environment for fans, citing the successful Club World Cup held in 2025 in the US, which attracted nearly 2.5 million spectators. The organization says it remains committed to inclusion and non-discrimination and is working with host cities and authorities to ensure robust safety and fan welfare measures are in place ahead of the FIFA World Cup. And that's it on Focus on Africa today. Should you want to speak with us, send a WhatsApp message on +254 791 269 243. or drop us an email on focusonafrica@bbc.co.uk. You can also leave us a message on social media at BBC Africa or my handle at I am Nkechi Nna, and that's with double N. Today's episode was produced by Godwin Asediba in Nairobi, Blessing Aderogba and Ayuba Ilia put in efforts from Lagos. Kiganse Shumba was the senior journalist in charge, and Maxwell Onyango the technical producer. Our editors are Charles Gitonga and Mariam Abdullah. I'm Nkechi Obonna, and I'll speak to you again soon.